imagine this. It's 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday night. You're getting ready for bed. Your phone buzzes. It's a text from your mother. You open it, expecting maybe a goodnight message. Or a random article she wants to share. Something normal. Instead, you read, "We've agreed you're no longer part of this family. Don't come to any gatherings." Your heart stops. You scroll down. Your own sister, has liked the message. Added a thumbs up. Like it's a funny meme. Like cutting you out of the family is something to celebrate. Now, most people would be devastated, right? They'd beg. They'd cry. They'd ask what they did wrong. But what if you were the one paying for everything? What if you'd been secretly funding their lives for years? Car payments, insurance, medical bills, business investments, and they had absolutely no idea where the money was actually coming from. What if you could end it all with one text message? That's exactly what happened. And trust me, the panic that followed was absolutely beautiful. Before we dive into this nuclear-level revenge story, do me a favor. If you love watching entitled family members get exactly what they deserve, hit that like button right now, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this channel brings you the most satisfying justice stories on the internet. And listen, this one is going to make you want to stand up and cheer multiple times. So get comfortable, grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. Let me introduce you to Marcus Rodriguez. 32 years old, senior financial analyst at a major investment firm in Chicago, makes a comfortable six-figure salary, nothing insane, but solid. About $140,000 a year, plus bonuses. Marcus is the oldest of 3 kids. There's him, then his sister Vanessa, who's 29, and his youngest sister Crystal, who's 26. Growing up in a working-class Puerto Rican family in the Bronx, Marcus learned early that he had to be the responsible one. His father, Miguel, worked construction. His mother, Carmen, was a home health aide. Money was always tight. Marcus was the kid who got a job at 14, bagging groceries after school to help with bills. He was the one who got straight A's because he knew education was his only way out. He was the one who got a full ride to CUNY and then worked his way through an MBA program at night while working full-time. He never complained. Never asked for anything, just worked. Vanessa and Crystal? Different story. Vanessa was the creative one, wanted to be an entrepreneur, started 3 different businesses by the time she was 29, a boutique clothing line, a meal prep service, and most recently, a wellness coaching business. All 3 failed, spectacularly. And who funded them? Marcus, every single time. Just $20,000 to get the inventory started, Marcus. I'll pay you back in 6 months, I promise. She never did. The kitchen equipment is expensive, but once I get clients, the profit margins are incredible. There were no clients. People need wellness coaching, Marcus. Mental health is so important right now. I just need $15,000 for certification and marketing. The certification was from some online course that took 2 weekends. The marketing was Instagram posts that got 17 likes. Total amount Marcus had given Vanessa over the years? About $73,000. Did she ever pay him back? What do you think? And Crystal? Crystal was the baby, the princess, the one who could do no wrong. She'd dropped out of college twice, couldn't hold a job, was currently finding herself, which apparently meant living at home, going out every weekend, and posting TikTok videos about her journey. But Crystal had expenses. Her car payment, her insurance, her credit card bills from online shopping, her student loans from the 2 semesters she actually attended. And who paid for all that? You guessed it, Marcus. He'd set up automatic payments for her car, $420 a month. Her insurance, $180 a month. He'd been paying her student loans, $340 a month. And he'd bailed her out of credit card debt 3 separate times, totaling about $18,000. Now, you might be wondering, why would Marcus do this? Why would he let himself be a personal ATM for his sisters? Here's the thing. Marcus loved his family, deeply. And he'd been conditioned since childhood to believe that being a good son, a good brother, meant sacrificing for them. Meant putting their needs first. His mother used to say, "La familia es todo." Family is everything. And Marcus believed it. Plus, his parents were getting older. His dad had chronic back problems from decades of construction work. His mom had diabetes and high blood pressure. Marcus was also paying for their supplemental health insurance, $650 a month, because their coverage was terrible. He paid for his dad's medications, another $200 a month. He'd even been sending them $1,000 a month to help with their mortgage, which they were struggling to keep up with. Add it all up, Marcus was spending approximately $300 a month, nearly $40,000 a year, supporting his family. Did they appreciate it? Did they thank him? Did they even acknowledge what he was doing? No, not really. Because here's the thing. They didn't know most of it was coming from him. When Marcus set up the automatic payments for Crystal's car, insurance, and loans, he did it through a financial management service that made it look like the payments were coming from her own account. She thought she was just really good at budgeting. When he sent money to his parents, he sent it through his mother's sister, his Tia Rosa, who told them it was from a community fund at their church. When he funded Vanessa's businesses, he called them investments and made it seem very official, like he was just one of several investors, not the only one bankrolling her dreams. Why the secrecy? Because Marcus knew his family. He knew that if they realized how much he was actually giving, they'd just ask for more. They'd come to expect it. They'd take advantage, so he helped quietly, behind the scenes, the invisible benefactor. And what did Marcus get in return? Mostly, he got taken for granted. Family gatherings where everyone talked about Vanessa's entrepreneurial spirit and Crystal's journey of self-discovery, while Marcus sat in the corner, listening to the same small talk, the same questions about his boring office job. Holidays where he drove 6 hours from Chicago to New York, brought expensive gifts, and left feeling emptier than when he arrived. Phone calls from his mother that always included, "You should come visit more. You should call more. You're so distant. Why don't you care about family?" Marcus cared about family. That was the problem. He cared so much that he'd been bleeding himself dry for them. And they had no idea. Now, let's talk about Vanessa in more detail. Because Vanessa is the reason everything fell apart. Vanessa Rodriguez was beautiful, charismatic, and absolutely exhausting to be around. She had that kind of personality that filled a room, loud, opinionated, always the center of attention. She was also their mother's favorite. Everyone knew it. Carmen would never admit it, of course, but it was obvious. When Vanessa's first business failed, the boutique clothing line that lasted exactly 4 months, Carmen made excuses. The market was wrong. The timing was bad. She just needs another chance. When the meal prep service collapsed after 6 months, turns out commercial kitchen permits are expensive, and Vanessa didn't like waking up at 5 a.m. to prep food, Carmen said, "She's learning. Everyone fails before they succeed. Look at Steve Jobs." The comparison to Steve Jobs was insane, but nobody challenged it. And now, Vanessa's third venture, wellness coaching, was circling the drain. She had maybe 3 clients, charged $50 per session, and spent most of her time posting inspirational quotes on Instagram and complaining about limiting beliefs. But here's where it gets interesting. About 6 months before our story really begins, Vanessa met someone. His name was Derek. Derek was a tool. He was one of those guys who calls himself a business strategist, but has never actually run a successful business. He wore expensive watches he couldn't afford. He drove a leased BMW. He talked constantly about disrupting industries and leveraging synergies. And Vanessa fell for him. Hard. Derek convinced Vanessa that her wellness coaching business wasn't failing. It just needed scaling. It needed investment. It needed to go big or go home. He had a plan. He always had a plan. The plan was this. Vanessa would take out a business loan, about $50,000, to rebrand her coaching business into a full wellness center. Not just coaching, but yoga classes, meditation workshops, smoothie bar, the works. It was a terrible idea. Objectively, mathematically, financially terrible. But Derek was persuasive, and Vanessa was desperate to prove she could succeed. There was just one problem. Vanessa couldn't get approved for a $50,000 loan. Her credit was destroyed from her previous failed businesses and the credit card debt Marcus had bailed her out of. So she asked Marcus to co-sign. It was a Saturday in March when she called. Marcus was at his apartment in Chicago, doing laundry and trying to enjoy a rare, quiet weekend. "Marcus, I have amazing news." Vanessa's voice was practically vibrating with excitement through the phone. "What's up?" Marcus said, already feeling tired. "I met someone. His name is Derek. He's a business consultant. And Marcus, he sees so much potential in my coaching business. He thinks we can turn it into something huge." "That's great, V, but I need help. Just one more time, I promise. I need you to co-sign a business loan for $50,000. It's to open a full wellness center. We have a whole business plan. Derek says it's foolproof." Marcus felt his stomach drop. "Vanessa, I don't think—" "Please, Marcus, please, this is different. This is real. I can feel it, and Derek knows what he's doing. He's worked with so many successful businesses. This is my chance, my real chance. Vanessa, you still owe me $73,000 from your other businesses. I know, and I'll pay you back. Once the wellness center takes off, I'll pay back everything. I promise. Please, Marcus. You're my brother. You're the only one who believes in me." That last line, that's what got him. Because Marcus did believe in her, or at least he wanted to. "Let me think about it," he said. "There's a deadline," Vanessa pressed. "The loan officer said we have until the end of the month to apply. Please, Marcus, I'm begging you." Marcus made the mistake every too kind person makes. He said yes. He co-signed the loan. $50,000 at a 9% interest rate, payments of about $850 a month. Vanessa promised, swore on their grandmother's grave, that she'd make the payments herself. Marcus was just the co-signer, just the safety net, just in case. You know where this is going, right? 3 months later, the wellness center was a disaster. They'd rented a space that was too expensive. The renovations cost twice what they'd budgeted. They hired too many people. The smoothie bar's equipment kept breaking down. By month 4, they were hemorrhaging money. By month 5, Vanessa stopped answering Derek's calls. Turns out, Derek had been taking a consultant fee of $5,000 a month from the business funds. When the money ran out, Derek disappeared. By month 6, the wellness center closed. Just shut the doors. Vanessa was devastated. Carmen was sympathetic. Crystal posted a supportive Instagram story. And Marcus was now on the hook for $50,000 in business debt. Because of course, Vanessa couldn't make the payments. She didn't have a job, didn't have income, didn't have anything. The bank started calling Marcus, the co-signer, the responsible one. He tried talking to Vanessa. "V, we need to figure out the payments. I can't afford $850 a month on top of everything else." "I know, I'm so sorry, Marcus. I'll get a job. I'll figure it out. Just give me time." She didn't get a job. She moved back in with their parents. The payments fell to Marcus. All of them. So now, Marcus was paying $1,000 a month. To parents, mortgage help $650 a month. For parents, health insurance, $200 a month for dads. Medications, $420 a month. For Crystal's car, $180 a month. For Crystal's insurance, $40 a month. For Crystal's student loans, $850 a month. For Vanessa's failed business loan total, $3,640 a month. Over $43,000 a year. On a salary of $140,000, that's a lot. Factor in taxes, his own rent, his own expenses, and Marcus was barely scraping by. But he didn't complain. He never complained. Because la familia es todo, right? The breaking point came in September. Marcus's company was hosting a big conference in New York. It was a huge opportunity. Potential clients, networking, a chance to pitch for a promotion to director level. The conference was on a Saturday. Marcus figured he'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone, attend the conference, then visit his family on Sunday before flying back to Chicago. He texted his mom. "I'll be in NY for work this weekend. Can I come by Sunday for dinner?" Her response: "Sunday is Crystal's birthday party. Family only." Marcus stared at his phone. Family only? He was family. He texted back, "I am family, Mom. I'd love to celebrate with Crystal." "It's going to be small. Just close family. Maybe next time." Something about that message felt wrong, felt cold, but Marcus let it go. Maybe she was stressed. Maybe it really was going to be a small thing. The conference went well. Marcus nailed his presentation. Several potential clients expressed interest. His boss pulled him aside and said, "Great work, Marcus. We're looking at you for that director position. Keep it up." Marcus felt good, accomplished, proud of himself. Sunday morning, he decided to at least drop off a birthday gift for Crystal. He'd bought her an expensive leather jacket she'd been talking about, $400, which he really couldn't afford, but it was her birthday. He drove to his parents' house in the Bronx. It was about 11 a.m. The party probably wouldn't start until later, but he figured he'd drop off the gift, say hi, maybe grab lunch with his dad. He pulled up to the house and immediately noticed a lot of cars, like a lot of cars. The driveway was full. Cars lined the street. That's weird, Marcus thought. I thought it was supposed to be small. He grabbed the gift and walked up to the house. Through the window he could see people, lots of people. Music was playing. There was laughter. He rang the doorbell. His father opened the door. Miguel's face went from welcoming to uncomfortable in about half a second. "Marcus." "What are you doing here?" "I wanted to drop off Crystal's gift. I thought the party was later." Miguel glanced behind him nervously. We moved it up. Last minute." "Oh, well, I'm here now. Can I come in?" "Marcus, I don't think..." But before Miguel could finish, Carmen appeared behind him. She did not look happy to see her son. "Marcus, we told you this was family only." "I am family, Mom. You know what I mean. Close family. This isn't a good time." Marcus felt like he'd been slapped. "What's going on? Why can't I come in?" Carmen sighed, that long-suffering sigh that made Marcus feel like he was being a burden just by existing. "Fine, come in, but don't make a scene." Don't make a scene? He hadn't made any scene. He'd just shown up to his sister's birthday party. Marcus walked into the house and felt his stomach drop. The place was packed. At least 30, maybe 40 people. Aunts, uncles, cousins, family, friends. There was a catered spread. Not homemade food, but actual catered trays from a restaurant. There were balloons, decorations, a professional-looking birthday cake. This wasn't small. This wasn't family only. This was a whole production, and everyone was staring at him. Crystal was in the living room, surrounded by friends, wearing a new outfit that probably cost $300. When she saw Marcus, her face went cold. "What are you doing here?" she said, loud enough that several people turned to look. "It's your birthday," Marcus said, holding up the gift. "I wanted to bring you this. I thought Mom told you not to come." The room got quiet, uncomfortably quiet. "She said it was family only," Marcus said carefully. "But I'm family." "So you're always working," Crystal interrupted. "You're never around. And then you just show up expecting us to drop everything for you?" Marcus felt heat rising in his face. "I drove 6 hours from Chicago to be here. Nobody asked you to." Crystal snapped. Vanessa appeared from the kitchen, Derek trailing behind her. Of course Derek was invited. Of course. "Marcus, you're making this awkward," Vanessa said, her voice dripping with exasperation. "This is Crystal's day. Can you not make it about you for once?" "I'm not making it about me. I just wanted to..." "You just wanted to swoop in and be the hero," Vanessa said, like always, showing up with expensive gifts to make us all feel bad about ourselves. Marcus stared at his sister. "What are you talking about?" "You know exactly what I'm talking about. You walk around acting like you're better than us, because you have your fancy job and your fancy apartment. Meanwhile, we're all struggling and you barely even help." "Barely even help?" Marcus felt something snap inside him. Something that had been bending and bending for years finally broke. "I barely help?" he said, his voice low. "Yeah," Vanessa said, crossing her arms. "When's the last time you actually did something for this family?" The entire room was watching now. Marcus could feel everyone's eyes on him, judging, waiting. He could have walked away. Should have walked away. But instead he said, "When's the last time I did something for this family?" "Let's see. This morning, an $850 payment came out of my account for the business loan I co-signed for you. The one you promised you'd pay back. Last week, I paid Crystal's car payment, her insurance, and her student loan. Last month, I sent Mom and Dad $1,000 for the mortgage, plus $650 for their health insurance, plus $200 for Dad's medications. So, this morning. The last time I did something for this family was this morning." Total silence. Vanessa's face went white. Crystal's mouth fell open. Carmen and Miguel looked at each other, shocked. "You what?" Vanessa stammered. "Did you think your business loan was paying itself?" Marcus said, his voice steady but cold. "Did you think Crystal's car just magically stayed registered and insured? Did you think Mom and Dad's mortgage was getting paid by wishes and prayers?" Carmen started, but Marcus wasn't done. Years of resentment, years of being taken for granted, years of silent sacrifice were pouring out. "I've given this family over $120,000 in the last 5 years. Funded your businesses, Vanessa. All 3 of them. Paid your debts, Crystal. Multiple times. Kept Mom and Dad afloat when they were drowning. And not once, not one time did any of you say thank you. Not once did you ask if I was okay, if I needed anything, if I was struggling." "We didn't know," Miguel started. "Exactly," Marcus said. "You didn't know, because you never asked. You just assumed I was fine, assumed I had unlimited money, assumed I'd always be there to bail everyone out." "If you felt that way, you should have said something," Vanessa shouted. "I shouldn't have to say something," Marcus shouted back. "I shouldn't have to beg my own family to see me as more than an ATM." Crystal started crying. Carmen rushed to comfort her. Miguel looked at Marcus with disappointment. "You're upsetting your sister," Carmen said, "on her birthday." And there it was, the pattern. Crystal was upset, so Marcus was the villain. "I'm leaving," Marcus said. He set the gift on the table. "Happy birthday, Crystal." He walked out, got in his car, drove away, and he didn't look back. For the next month, Marcus didn't hear from his family. No calls. No texts. Nothing. He'd expected maybe his dad would reach out, maybe apologize, maybe they'd talk it through. But there was only silence. Marcus threw himself into work. He stayed late at the office. He took on extra projects. He went to the gym obsessively, anything to not think about the gaping hole where his family used to be. Part of him felt relieved. The financial pressure was still there. The automatic payments were still coming out of his account. But the emotional burden was lighter. He didn't have to field phone calls asking for money, didn't have to make excuses for why he couldn't visit, didn't have to pretend everything was fine. But part of him felt devastated. This was his family, his blood, the people he'd sacrificed everything for, and they'd just cut him off. Then on October 17th at 11:47 p.m., his phone buzzed. A text from his mother. Marcus's heart jumped. Maybe this was it. Maybe she was reaching out. Maybe she'd realized how badly they'd treated him. He opened the message. "We've agreed you're no longer part of this family. Don't come to any gatherings. You've caused too much drama and hurt. We don't need your negativity." Marcus read it once, twice, 3 times. His hands started shaking. Below the message, he saw that Vanessa and Crystal had been added to the conversation. And Crystal had liked the message, given it a thumbs up. Vanessa had hearted it. His sisters, sisters he'd financially supported for years, were publicly agreeing that he was no longer family. Marcus felt like he'd been punched in the stomach. The hurt was physical, visceral. He sat on his couch, staring at his phone, and felt hot tears rolling down his face. This was it. This was how they valued him. After everything, all the money, all the sacrifice, all the silent support, this was what he got. A text message at midnight telling him he was out. For about 10 minutes, Marcus cried, let himself feel the full weight of the rejection, the betrayal, and then something shifted. The sadness hardened into something else. Something colder, clearer. Anger. No, not anger. Resolve. Marcus opened his banking app, looked at his automatic payments, all of them, every single one, $3,640 a month to people who just disowned him via text message. He opened his laptop, logged into every account, every bill pay service, every automatic withdrawal, and then he started typing. First, a reply to his mother's text. Thanks for confirming. I'll cancel all the auto payments, effective immediately. He hit send. It was 12:03 a.m. Then he got to work. Marcus worked methodically, calmly, like he was doing a financial audit, which, in a way, he was. 12:05 a.m., canceled Crystal's car payment. The $420 monthly payment that kept her 2020 Honda CR-V registered and on the road. 12:07 a.m., canceled Crystal's auto insurance, the $180 monthly payment. Without insurance, driving was illegal. Without a payment, the policy would lapse in 30 days. 9 a.m., canceled Crystal's student loan payments. The $340 monthly payment that had been keeping her loans current and protecting her credit. 12 a.m., logged into the business loan account. The one he'd co-signed for Vanessa. He couldn't cancel it. His name was on it, his credit was on the line. But he could do something else. He drafted an email to Vanessa and copied the bank. Effective immediately, I am notifying you that I will no longer be making payments on the business loan for which I co-signed. As the primary borrower, you are responsible for all payments going forward. Failure to pay will result in default, collections, and legal action. I will be pursuing all legal options to remove myself from this loan and recover the funds I've paid on your behalf. He attached a spreadsheet. Every payment he'd made, every dollar, with dates and amounts. Total, $500 paid over 6 months. 12:18 a.m., canceled the automatic transfer to his parents. The $1,000 monthly payment that had been going to Tia Rosa to pass along to his mother. 21 a.m., canceled his parents' supplemental health insurance payment. $650 a month, the policy that covered the gaps in their Medicare and paid for his dad's specialists. 24 a.m., this one was harder. His father's medication payment, $200 a month for the prescriptions that managed his chronic pain. Marcus hesitated. His finger hovered over the cancel button. His phone buzzed. A text from Vanessa. What the hell are you doing? Marcus's jaw tightened. He clicked cancel. 10:20 a.m. He drafted an email to his entire family. All of them. Parents, sisters, even a few of the aunts and uncles who'd been at Crystal's party. The subject line, financial transparency. The body. Since I am no longer part of the family, I wanted to provide full transparency on the financial support I've been giving over the last 5 years. Please see the attached spreadsheet for a complete breakdown. I have canceled all automatic payments effective immediately. Each of you is now responsible for your own expenses. I wish you all the best. Marcus. He attached a comprehensive spreadsheet. Every dollar, every payment, every investment in Vanessa's businesses, every bailout for Crystal, every bill paid for his parents, line by line, month by month. 5 years of data. Total amount, $187,430. He hit send tower. 12:30 a.m. His phone started exploding. Text from Crystal. Marcus, what the fuck? My car payment bounced. Text from Vanessa. You can't just cancel the loan payments. Your credit will be ruined. Needs from his mother. Marcus, this is cruel. How could you do this to your father? He needs his medication. Text from his father. Call me, now. Marcus turned off his phone, sat back on his couch, and for the first time in years, he felt light. The weight he'd been carrying, the invisible burden of supporting an entire family who didn't appreciate him, was gone. Just gone. He poured himself a glass of whiskey. Expensive stuff he'd been saving, raised it in a toast to his empty apartment. To being no longer part of the family, he said out loud. And he smiled. Marcus left his phone off for 12 hours. He slept better than he had in months. Woke up refreshed. Made breakfast, a real breakfast, not just coffee and granola bar, and sat by the window, watching Chicago wake up. Around noon, he turned his phone back on. First notifications, texts, missed calls, voicemails, emails, even a Facebook message from an aunt he hadn't spoken to in 3 years. He scrolled through them, not opening most, just reading the previews. From Crystal, 37 messages. Marcus, answer your phone. This isn't funny how my car got towed. My car got towed. I have to get to work. How am I supposed to get to work? Mom says you're being spiteful. This is so immature. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Please turn the payments back on. Marcus, from Vanessa, 41 messages. The bank called me. They said the loan is going into default. My credit score is going to be destroyed. You know I can't afford $850 a month. This is financial abuse. I'm going to sue you. Please. Please, Marcus. I'm begging you. Derek says I should report you for elder abuse for cutting off Dad's medication. Derek says. Marcus almost laughed. Of course, Vanessa was still listening to Derek. From his mother, 63 messages, increasingly desperate. Marcus, call me immediately. Your father's medication runs out in 2 weeks. The insurance company sent a cancellation notice. I don't understand why you're doing this. We're your family. Family doesn't abandon family. I'm disappointed in you. Fine. Don't help us. We'll figure it out ourselves. Please, your father is in pain. He needs his medication. Marcus, I'm begging you. From his father, 11 messages. Shorter but heavier. We need to talk. This is not how I raised you. Your mother is crying. Call me. Marcus, please. There were also messages from extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, all weighing in, most taking his family's side. How could you abandon your parents? Family is supposed to stick together. You're being selfish. We're all so disappointed in you, but there were a very few, that were different. From his cousin Andrea. I saw the spreadsheet. Holy shit, Marcus. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. From his Tio Luis. Your father called me asking for money. He told me what happened. He didn't tell me what you've been doing for them all these years. That changes things. Call me if you need anything. From his Tia Rosa, the one who'd been passing money to his parents. I knew that money was from you. I never told them because you asked me not to. But Marcus, they should have known. They should have appreciated you. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. Those messages made Marcus's eyes water, but he didn't respond to any of them. Instead, he drafted one message. Sent it to the group chat with his parents and sisters. I gave you $187,000 over 5 years. I supported you when you needed it. I never asked for thanks, but I also never expected to be cut out of the family via text message. You told me I'm no longer part of the family, so I'm respecting that decision. Family doesn't fund people who've disowned them. Each of you is an adult. Figure it out. Don't contact me again unless it's to apologize. And even then, I may not respond. Good luck. He hit send. Then he blocked all of them. His parents. His sisters. The group chat. All of it. And then he did something he'd been wanting to do for months. He scheduled a consultation with a lawyer to explore his options for getting his name off Vanessa's business loan. Over the next 2 weeks, Marcus heard through the grapevine, via Andrea and Tio Luis, what was happening with his family. It was chaos. Beautiful karmic chaos. Crystal had to sell her car. Without the monthly payment and insurance, she couldn't afford to keep it. She sold it for less than it was worth, and bought a beat-up 2009 Toyota Corolla with cash. She was furious, posting vague Instagram stories about fake family, and betrayal. Her student loans went into default after 3 missed payments. Her credit score tanked. She had to move back home. Well, she'd already been living at home, but now she couldn't afford to move out even if she wanted to. She got a job. A real job, at a call center. 16s an hour. She hated every second of it, but she needed the money. Vanessa was in full panic mode. The business loan went into default immediately. The bank started calling her daily. Collections agencies got involved. Her credit score, already bad, plummeted into the 500s. She couldn't get approved D for anything. Not a credit card. Not an apartment lease. Nothing. Derek, her business consultant boyfriend, broke up with her the moment things got hard. Shocker. Vanessa had to get a job too. She found work as a receptionist at a dental office. $18 an hour. It was humiliating for her, going from entrepreneur and wellness coach to answering phones and scheduling appointments. She posted a long, rambling Instagram story about toxic family members and cutting off people who don't support your dreams. The comments were supportive at first, until someone who knew the real story dropped the truth bomb. Didn't your brother fund all 3 of your failed businesses and you never paid him back? Vanessa deleted the story within an hour. His parents were struggling the most, and honestly, that part was hard for Marcus. Without the $1,000 monthly mortgage help, Carmen and Miguel were behind on payments immediately. They'd been living paycheck to paycheck for years, using Marcus's money to stay afloat. Without the supplemental health insurance, Miguel's doctor visits became unaffordable. He had to switch to generic medications and cut back on physical therapy. Carmen picked up extra shifts as a home health aide, even though she was 63 and her own health wasn't great. They tried to get help from other family members, asked Tio Luis for money, asked Miguel's brother in Florida, asked the church. Everyone gave a little, $100 here, $200 there, but nobody could sustain what Marcus had been doing. Nobody else had been carrying the family on their back for years. Miguel tried to call Marcus from different numbers, left voicemails that started angry and became increasingly desperate. Marcus, this is your father. You need to call me back. We're in trouble here. Marcus, I don't care if you're mad at us. Your mother needs help. Call me. Son, please. I'm asking you man to man. We need you. Marcus listened to each voicemail once, then deleted them. Carmen tried a different approach. She sent him emails, long, rambling emails that swung wildly between guilt-tripping and apologizing. How can you do this to us? We raised you, fed you, clothed you, and this is how you repay us? Then 2 days later, Marcus, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much you were doing for us. I didn't know. Please, can we talk? Then a day after that, your father is in pain. His medication costs $600 a month without insurance. I'm working double shifts and I'm exhausted. Please, Marcus. He's your father. Marcus read each email, felt the tug of guilt, the ingrained need to fix things, to help, to be the responsible one. But he didn't respond. Because here's what Carmen's emails never said. We were wrong to cut you out of the family. They never said, we're sorry for taking you for granted. They never said, we see now how much you sacrificed for us, and we didn't appreciate it. Every message was about what Marcus could do for them, not about what they'd done to him. The extended family was split. About half thought Marcus was a cruel, selfish son who'd abandoned his family. The other half, after seeing the spreadsheet, understood why he'd done what he did. There was drama at every family gathering. Arguments, people taking sides. The family WhatsApp group that Marcus had been removed from apparently exploded with fighting. Andrea kept Marcus updated. Tia Marta is saying you're going to hell. Tia Luis told her to shut up and said you were the smartest one in the family for getting out. Primo Diego asked why nobody ever told him you were funding everyone. He would have helped. It's a whole thing. Marcus appreciated the updates, but he'd made peace with the situation. He'd lost his immediate family, some extended family too, but the ones who mattered, the ones who saw the truth, were still there. About 6 weeks after Marcus had canceled all the payments, something shifted. It was late November. Thanksgiving was coming up. Marcus had made plans to spend it with friends in Chicago. Other transplants who didn't have family nearby or didn't want to see their families. On November 20th, his doorbell rang. Marcus lived in a secure building. You needed to be buzzed in, so either someone had tailgated a resident or his video intercom showed who it was. His father. Standing in the lobby, looking old, tired, smaller than Marcus remembered. Miguel looked directly at the camera. Marcus, I know you're home. Your car is in the garage. Please, buzz me up. I drove 12 hours to see you. Marcus stared at the screen. His finger hovered over the talk button. He could ignore this, pretend he wasn't home, let his father stand there and eventually leave, but 12 hours. Miguel had driven 12 hours from New York to Chicago. Marcus pressed the button. Come up. He opened his apartment door and waited. When Miguel stepped off the elevator, Marcus barely recognized him. His father had lost weight. His face was drawn. He moved stiffly, like every step hurt. Hi, mijo, Miguel said quietly. Dad. Marcus didn't move from the doorway. Didn't invite him in yet. Can we talk? Marcus hesitated, then stepped aside. Come in. Miguel walked into the apartment slowly, looking around, taking in the nice furniture, the view of the Chicago skyline, the life Marcus had built away from them. Nice place, Miguel said. Thanks. Awkward silence. Finally, Miguel sat down on the couch, wincing as he did. My back, he explained. It's been bad. Marcus didn't offer sympathy, just waited. Miguel took a deep breath. I came here to apologize. Marcus crossed his arms. Okay, your mother. She didn't mean it. The text, she was angry. You embarrassed us in front of the whole family at Crystal's party. Stop, Marcus interrupted. If you came here to tell me it's my fault, you can leave. No, that's not... Miguel rubbed his face. I'm doing this wrong. Let me start over. He looked at Marcus. Really looked at him. I'm sorry. We're sorry. I didn't realize how much you were doing for us. For all of us. You didn't realize because you never asked. You're right. You're absolutely right. Miguel's voice cracked. You were always so responsible. So independent. I thought you didn't need us. That you were fine on your own. I did need you, Marcus said, his voice harder than he intended. I needed you to see me, to appreciate me, to treat me like I mattered as much as Vanessa and Crystal. You matter more. Don't, Marcus said sharply. Don't say that now. You didn't act like it, not once. Miguel nodded, looking down at his hands. I know, and I'm ashamed. Your mother and I, we got comfortable. We got used to you being the strong one, the one who didn't need help, and we took advantage of that. You cut me out of the family via text message at midnight. That was your mother. She was what? Angry? Hurt? Dad, I'm the one who should be angry and hurt. I gave you almost $200,000 and you didn't even know. You thanked me by throwing me out. I know. Miguel's voice rose, then fell. I know, Marcus. You're right. We were wrong, so wrong. And I'm here to say that. To apologize. And to ask, can we fix this? Marcus felt tears burning behind his eyes. I don't know if we can. Please, mijo. Please, I'm begging you. I'm your father. You're my father who told me I was causing too much drama. Who let Mom send that text? Who didn't defend me when Vanessa called me selfish? You're my father who took $60,000 from me over 5 years and never once asked if I could afford it. Miguel was crying now. Actual tears running down his weathered face. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, Marcus. We need you. And there it was. The real reason for the visit. You need me, Marcus repeated. You need my money. No, that's not... Dad, be honest. If I hadn't cut off the payments, would you be here? Would you have driven 12 hours to apologize? Miguel opened his mouth, closed it. He couldn't answer because they both knew the truth. You need to leave, Marcus said quietly. Marcus. I said leave. Now. Miguel stood up slowly, pain written across his face. Your mother and I, we're losing the house. The bank is foreclosing. We're 2 months behind on the mortgage." Marcus felt the guilt slam into him like a truck. His parents, losing their house, the house he'd grown up in. But he forced himself to stay firm. "You should talk to a financial advisor. Maybe downsize. Get something more affordable." "Marcus, please. I'm not your ATM anymore, Dad. I'm not your safety net. You told me I wasn't family. So figure it out like I'm not family." Miguel's face crumpled. "I never wanted to cut you out. That was your mother, but you let her. You stood by and let her send that text. You could have stopped her. You could have called me. You could have defended me, but you didn't." "I'm sorry," Miguel whispered. "I know you are, but sorry doesn't fix 5 years of being invisible. Sorry doesn't undo being thrown away the moment I stood up for myself." Miguel wiped his eyes, nodded, started toward the door. At the doorway, he turned back. "I'm proud of you, mijo. I should have told you that more. You built a good life. You're a good man. Better than me." "Yeah," Marcus said, his voice thick with emotion. "I am." Miguel left. Marcus closed the door, locked it, slid down to the floor with his back against the door, and he cried. Hard, ugly crying, because even though he'd done the right thing, it still hurt like hell. Thanksgiving came. Marcus spent it with 5 friends in a small apartment, eating pizza and watching football. It wasn't traditional, it wasn't family, but it was good. During halftime, Andrea called him. "Hey, Primo. Happy Thanksgiving." "You too. How's the family gathering going?" Andrea laughed, but it was a bitter sound. "It's a disaster. Your mom is crying every 5 minutes. Your dad looks like a ghost. Vanessa and Crystal are barely speaking to each other. Apparently, Crystal blames Vanessa for everything, because if she hadn't asked you to co-sign that loan, you never would have snapped." "That's ridiculous. It wasn't just the loan." "I know that. You know that. But they need someone to blame, and they're not going to blame themselves." "Are they talking about me?" "Oh, constantly. Your mom keeps saying she doesn't understand why you won't just forgive them and come back. Your dad isn't saying much. Tio Luis got into a huge fight with your mom. Told her she treated you like garbage and she's reaping what she sowed." "Damn. How'd she take that?" "She told him to leave, so he did. He's at my place now, eating my mom's arroz con gandules and talking about how proud he is of you." Marcus smiled despite himself. "Tell him I said thanks. He also wants you to know, he and my mom are willing to help your parents with some money. Not a lot, but enough to keep them from losing the house. On one condition." "What condition?" "That your parents actually acknowledge what they did to you. That they stop playing victim and take responsibility. Tio Luis said if they can't do that, they don't deserve help." Marcus felt warmth spread through his chest. "Your dad is a good man. He learned from watching you, he says." Andrea paused. "Are you okay, Marcus? Really okay?" Marcus looked around at his friends, laughing and arguing about the game. At his apartment, his space, his life that he'd built. "Yeah," he said, and meant it. "I really am." After he hung up, one of his friends, Jason, asked, "Family stuff?" "Yeah. You good?" "Getting there." "For what it's worth," Jason said, "I think you did the right thing. Setting boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a healthy one." Marcus raised his beer. "To healthy boundaries." Everyone clinked bottles. It was the best Thanksgiving Marcus had had in years. Christmas season arrived. Marcus had no intention of going home to New York. He'd made peace with that. He was planning to fly to Colorado with some coworkers, go skiing, enjoy the mountains. On December 15th, he got an unexpected package at his office. It was a small box. Addressed to him in handwriting he recognized immediately. His mother's. He almost threw it away. But curiosity got the better of him. Inside was a letter, handwritten. 6 pages, front and back. Marcus sat in his office after everyone had left for the day and read it. "Dear Marcus, I don't know if you'll even read this. I wouldn't blame you if you threw it away, but I needed to write it anyway. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Not because we're losing the house, though we are. Not because your father needs his medication, though he does. Not because your sisters are struggling, though they are. I'm sorry because I failed you as a mother. I got your spreadsheet. The one you sent with all the payments you'd been making. I printed it out. I've looked at it every single day since. $187,430. That's how much you gave us, how much you sacrificed. And I never knew, never asked, never even wondered where the money was coming from. I told myself we were helping you by not bothering you, by not asking too much of you. But the truth is, I was taking advantage of you. We all were. You were the easy child, the one who didn't need attention, the one who just handled things. And so I focused on your sisters because they were loud. They demanded attention. They needed me. But Marcus, you needed me too. You just never said it, and I should have seen it anyway. I should have seen how hard you were working, how much you were carrying, how much you were sacrificing for all of us. I should have asked, are you okay? Do you need anything? How can I help you? I never asked those questions, and I'm ashamed. The text message I sent, telling you that you weren't family anymore, was the worst thing I've ever done. I was angry, embarrassed. Your father and I felt humiliated in front of everyone at Crystal's party. And instead of listening to what you were trying to tell us, I lashed out. I wanted to hurt you the way I felt hurt. But Marcus, what I did to you was so much worse than anything you did to us. You told the truth. I tried to erase you from the family. Your father drove to Chicago to apologize. He told me you turned him away. I don't blame you. His apology was selfish. He was trying to fix things so we could get your help again. That's not what this is. This isn't me asking you to turn the payments back on. This isn't me begging you to save us. We're going to lose the house. That's happening. We're going to have to downsize, get an apartment, figure out how to live within our means. It's going to be hard, but it's what we should have been doing all along instead of relying on you. Crystal got a job. A real job. She's working at a call center and she hates it. But she's learning what it means to be responsible for herself. Vanessa got a job too. She's still dealing with the loan default. That's on her, and she knows it. But she's working, slowly paying things off. We're all learning lessons we should have learned years ago. Marcus, I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to come back. I don't expect anything from you. I just wanted you to know. I see you now. I see what you did for us. I see how much you loved us even when we didn't deserve it. I see the man you've become. Strong, successful, independent, and I'm proud of you. So incredibly proud. I'm sorry I never told you that before. I'm sorry for everything. You don't owe us anything. Not forgiveness, not money, not your time. You don't owe us a single thing. But if you ever want to talk, if you ever want to try to rebuild something, I'm here. Your father is here. We're not going anywhere. We love you, Marcus. We always have, even though we did a terrible job of showing it. Con todo mi amor, Mama. Marcus read the letter 3 times. There was no manipulation, no guilt tripping, no asking for money, just accountability, acknowledgement, apology. It was everything he'd needed to hear. He sat there in his dark office, the Chicago skyline glittering outside his window, and felt something loosen in his chest. He wasn't ready to forgive. Not fully. Not yet, but maybe someday. He pulled out his phone, unblocked his mother's number, sent a text. I got your letter. Thank you for writing it. I'm not ready to talk yet. But someday, maybe someday. 3 dots appeared immediately, then disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, take all the time you need, mijo. I'll be here. Marcus put his phone down. It wasn't a happy ending. It wasn't everything fixed, but it was a start. 6 months later, June of the following year, Marcus got a phone call from Andrea. Hey, so, your parents' foreclosure went through. They had to move out last week. Marcus felt a pang of sadness. His childhood home, gone. Where'd they go? They found a small 2-bedroom apartment in a cheaper area. It's a come-down, but they're managing. Your dad got on better pain management. Turns out there was a clinic that does sliding scale payments. Your mom cut back her hours. They're okay. Not great, but okay. And my sisters? Crystal is still working at the call center. She actually got promoted to a supervisor role, making $20 an hour now. She moved in with 2 roommates. Still drives that beat-up Corolla. She's been posting less on Instagram. I think reality finally hit her. And Vanessa? Vanessa is engaged. Marcus almost dropped his phone. What? To who? Some guy named Aaron. He's a teacher. Makes like $50K a year. Totally normal, stable guy. They met at her work. He came in for a dental cleaning. They've been dating for 4 months and apparently he proposed last week. That's fast. Very fast. But honestly, he seems good for her. He's not flashy. Doesn't have big dreams of entrepreneurship. Just wants a normal life. Vanessa seems different around him. More grounded. Huh. She's still dealing with the loan default. Her credit is trashed, but she and Aaron are planning a small, cheap wedding. She asked if you'd come. Marcus's stomach tightened. She asked me? Through me, yeah. She said she knows she doesn't deserve to have you there, but she wanted to extend the invitation anyway. No pressure. Marcus thought about it. When is it? August 12th. Small ceremony at a community center. Like 40 people. I'll think about it. Fair enough. A week later, Marcus got a text from Vanessa. She'd unblocked him at some point, and he'd never blocked her back. Andrea said she told you about the wedding. I know I don't deserve to ask, but I'd really like you to be there. You're my brother. I was a terrible sister. I took you for granted. I took your money and never appreciated you. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely, truly sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I wanted you to know I'm different now. I'm trying to be better. Aaron helps me see things clearly. I have a job. I'm paying my bills. I'm growing up, finally. If you don't want to come, I understand, but I hope you will. Love, V. Marcus stared at the text for a long time. Then he replied, I'll be there. August 12th arrived. Marcus flew to New York, rented a car, drove to the community center where Vanessa's wedding was being held. It was small, simple, folding chairs and grocery store flowers. A far cry from the elaborate party they'd thrown for Crystal's birthday. Marcus walked in wearing a nice suit. Several family members did double takes when they saw him. Andrea rushed over and hugged him. You came. I said I would. How are you feeling? Nervous. That's fair. Marcus found a seat in the back, watched as guests filtered in. He saw his parents arrive. Carmen looked older, more tired, but she smiled when she greeted people. Miguel walked slowly, still favoring his bad back, but he looked lighter somehow, less burdened. Crystal arrived with a guy Marcus didn't recognize. Apparently she was dating someone too. She saw Marcus and froze. Then hesitantly she waved. Marcus nodded back. The ceremony started. It was short and sweet. Aaron seemed like a genuinely good guy. Nervous, sincere, clearly in love with Vanessa. Vanessa looked beautiful. Not Instagram-filtered beautiful, but real beautiful, happy. When they exchanged vows, Vanessa cried. You make me want to be better, she said to Aaron. You see me, really see me, and you love me anyway. I promise to work hard every day to deserve that love. After the ceremony, there was a small reception, sandwiches and a homemade cake. Marcus was getting punch when Vanessa approached him. You came, she said, her eyes welling up. I said I would. I didn't think you'd actually... She trailed off. Thank you. It means everything. Congratulations, Marcus said. Aaron seems great. He is. He's nothing like Derek. Nothing like the guys I used to date. He's stable and kind, and he doesn't let me get away with my bullshit. She laughed through her tears. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad everything fell apart. I needed it to. I needed to hit rock bottom to actually grow up. Marcus nodded. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm sorry, Marcus. Vanessa looked him in the eye. For everything. For taking your money. For never appreciating you. For liking that text message. I was awful to you. And I'm so sorry. Marcus took a breath. I appreciate that, really. Can we start over? Not like before. I'm not asking for money or help or anything, just, can we try to be siblings again? Marcus considered it. Maybe, slowly. Let's start with talking occasionally and see how it goes. Vanessa nodded. That's more than I deserve. Thank you. Crystal approached next, nervous. Hey, Marcus said. I'm sorry too, for what it's worth. I was spoiled and entitled, and I took you for granted. Working a real job, paying my own bills. It humbled me real fast. I'm glad you're learning, Marcus said carefully. I know we're not okay. I don't expect us to be, but I miss you. I miss my brother. Marcus felt his throat tighten. I miss you too. Finally, his parents approached. Carmen was crying before she even reached him. Marcus, she whispered. Mom. She hugged him. Marcus stiffened at first, then slowly, carefully, hugged her back. Thank you for coming, she said. Thank you for giving us another chance. I'm not sure what this is yet, Marcus said honestly. But I'm willing to try. Miguel stepped forward, shook Marcus's hand. I'm proud of you, son, for setting boundaries, for standing up for yourself. You did what I should have taught you to do. You took care of yourself. Marcus felt tears in his eyes. Thanks, Dad. They talked for a while, carefully, tentatively, like strangers learning to be family again. It wasn't perfect. There was still hurt, still resentment, still years of damage to undo, but it was something. Before Marcus left, Carmen pulled him aside. I know things aren't fixed. I know you might never fully forgive us, but I want you to know we're okay. We're managing. We downsized. We're living within our means. We're not asking you for anything. I appreciate that, Mom. And Marcus, we're proud of you. So proud. I should have told you that every day of your life, but I'm telling you now, you're an incredible man, and we're lucky you're our son. Marcus nodded, not trusting his voice. As he drove back to the airport that night, he felt peaceful. He'd set boundaries. He'd stood up for himself. He'd walked away from toxicity. And slowly, very slowly, he was building something new with his family. Something healthier. Something based on mutual respect instead of obligation. It wasn't the ending he'd imagined when he'd canceled those payments at 12:03 a.m. on that terrible October night. But it was better. So there you have it. The story of the man who got disowned by text message at midnight and responded by canceling $187,000 worth of financial support. Here's what Marcus learned. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do, for yourself and even for your family, is to stop enabling them. Stop being the safety net. Stop sacrificing yourself for people who don't appreciate it. Setting boundaries isn't cruel. It's necessary. And sometimes, people need to fall before they can learn to stand on their own. Marcus's family lost a lot. Their house, their financial security, their sense of entitlement. But they gained something too. Accountability, independence, the ability to actually value the people they love. And Marcus? He gained his self-respect, his peace, his life back. That's worth more than $187,000. If this story hit you right in the feelings, and I know it did, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment telling me, have you ever had to set a hard boundary with family? How did it go? Subscribe for more stories of justice, karma, and people finally getting what they deserve. We post new stories every week. And remember, you're not obligated to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Take care of yourself first, always. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.